Brighten up those dark mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Mornings at the Cabin, indeed. Wheeler and Lecter with you on your Thursday morning after a Wednesday morning off. I slept until 6:30. Woo, doggy. It's good to get that extra 15 minutes of sleep. No, 45 minutes. Maybe an hour. Maybe an hour. Today got up at 5. So it's all for naught. Welcome back to the Mornings at the Cabin program, brought to you by Aurora Ford, driving the north. We're just hanging out, looking forward to the weekend. What do you got going on this weekend?
I feel like that day off messes you up.
It does.
You always come in Thursday morning.
Just haggard.
I say, good morning, Jesse.
And I say, go to hell.
Except it comes out like...
It doesn't. I mean, it's nice to get a little bit of rest in the middle of the week. A little bit extra rest. It's always nice. Last night had a little read for Curl Friends. The pilot. That's right. Very cool. So jazzed for that crew for putting it all together, and had some fun.
Right.
With Mornings at the Cabin All-Star Bridget Rusk.
Let's talk more about that for sure.
We'll talk more about that right now.
Okay.
Well, and later too. Plenty to talk about. The KFC sign is up, y'all. You know what that means. KFC is opening soon. Probably in May, but the sign's up to get you titillated and get your mouth watering. We all know you miss those 11 herbs and spices. Today's show not brought to you by KFC, but it's going to get some mentions anyway. KFC, if you're listening, send us a bucket of chicken.
That's news.
It's news. It absolutely is news. Also in the news, a giant ice circle has appeared in the lake.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
Mornings at the Cabin, brought to you by Aurora Ford, driving the north. The biggest news of the day. I mean, this trumps all. The KFC sign is up, y'all. That means you know what that means. That means KFC is going to be here very, very soon. We knew that already. Opening around May. They've started hiring full-time and part-time positions for the Starbucks and the KFC. No sign of the Starbucks sign just yet, but the KFC sign is up.
Well, they knew that had to go first.
It had to go first.
Yeah.
It's the North. We got to get this, got to get people ready for this chicken.
There's a legacy here.
That's right. Yeah. There's a long history of us liking KFC just a little too much.
Yeah.
It's a little too much a part of our history, but that's fine. That's fine.
You like what you like.
You like what you like. Absolutely. And I like a little KFC. A little disappointment when seeing the sign. I saw a picture of it. Haven't driven by it yet. Drive by it later this morning.
You haven't seen the sign.
I've seen the sign. I've seen the picture.
Okay.
I've seen the picture of the sign. Little disappointment. Not a bucket.
Ah.
It's not a 3D bucket.
Just a big...
Why not just get that bucket back? I know somebody owns it now, and apparently it's a hot tub or some sort of...
That was the story anyway, when they had procured it.
Yeah.
That they were going to turn it into a hot tub. I don't know if that ever happened.
I don't know. Got to hide the body somewhere. You get that 3D bucket going again, I think we'll have something real special on our hands.
Maybe make it rotate this time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it used to rotate. Back when I was a kid, it rotated. I'm pretty sure.
When did that stop?
Well,
the writing was on the wall when the bucket stopped rotating.
Anything that has like a motion or whatever. As soon as a winter hits, it's like, oh, that stopped working in the winter. You going to fix it? Maybe.
Well, it's too cold underground for the people pushing the levers around.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where we put our prisoners. It's warmer down by the Earth's core. But yeah, that would be nice. That would have been kind of cool to see that. I mean, it's like the branding on it is all wrong because it's that old school Colonel Sanders branding.
Right.
And now it's just more of his stylized face.
I'm assuming the paint's all chipped too.
I imagine.
That would have been a bit shabby.
And if someone had turned it into a hot tub, we'd have to clean it pretty hard. So,
well, I mean, guess like
I guess. I don't know.
No one's going to climb back up there and if you put it up on a pedestal, no one's going to climb in and jump in there. So, they might.
I mean, if someone's been using it as a hot tub since they took it down.
Yeah. But no, like, it's not going to harm anyone. I'm way up there, even if you don't clean it.
Anyway, go to Soul Foods Group, Yellowknife. They have a Facebook page now. If you want to go, you can apply now for a job at Starbucks, KFC, part-time, full-time, whatever you want to do. Send your resume to Yellowknife_Starbucks at soulfoodsgroup.com.
In classic Cabin Radio form, we got several emails from one person who desperately wanted to apply.
Yeah. How do I apply for this job? Here's the link. I'm coming to town. I need a job.
Give me
Here's
a
the
job.
Link. Here's the link. Follow this link. Okay, how do I do that? Click on it. Oy, yeah. There's some people you can't point in the right direction, and that's fine. So we're very excited. I got some messages about it yesterday. Someone shared the picture with me. A friend of the show, Jonathan Whitford. No, not Jonathan. It's usually Jonathan who sends me stuff in the morning, but it wasn't Jonathan.
He's out and about.
He is out and about. He is
Guy
a man about town.
Yeah.
Always sending me stuff. He's the one that sent me a lot of the pictures for the flood that happened at the men's shelter, or the former day shelter, I should say.
Right.
But got sent the picture, and very exciting. Very exciting. We're all Twitter pated.
Longtime Yellowknife radio listeners may remember that, I guess about 6 years ago
I think it was,
now.
it was 2015, August 2015 or 2016 that it closed down.
Yeah, the old KFC closed down. And one of the at least as long as I've been here, one of the greatest moments in Yellowknife radio history, without question, was yourself and Ollie Williams on site while that bucket, that aforementioned bucket, was coming down. Mm-hmm. And doing a bit of a funeral, of sorts.
It was one of the many things we did at that radio station that they told us not to do, and it was great. We had a great time, and we had a little funeral for it. And he set the scene, theater of the mind. Let us know that there are hundreds of people lining up to pay their respects.
The Ravens
to the bucket, the Ravens, and people as well. Just want to touch that bucket, give it a little, give it a little kiss, send it on its way.
Yeah,
because it's warmed our hearts and our hearths for so long.
Yeah.
And it's back. It's coming back.
People
back. Very excited. I'm not going to go there for the first month because there's going to be a lineup out the door.
But I think you and Ollie maybe should do kind of a rebirth kind of
absolutely. The rising of a phoenix
type thing. Yeah.
Or just like a birth announcement for the KFC.
Whether or not they pay us for it.
A bucket was born at 9:03 a.m. this morning. Someone went in for a breakfast bucket. Ooh, KFC, get on it. Breakfast 3-piece. This has got a little bit of eggs and some gravy on it.
Yeah.
Oh, and some potatoes.
And you just head next door and get your morning coffee.
Oh man. Yellowknife's coming of age.
Cabin Radio's Morning Show Podcast. All the best chat, none of the embarrassing mistakes.
In the news this morning, Ollie Williams dropped this at 6:05 a.m. He was up to drop the story, but not up to join us on the show. That's fine. Ollie, bring us some teen burgers on your way. It's Thursday morning after all. But he dropped this story at around 6:05. Really interesting phenomenon happening on a lake here in the NWT. A giant ice circle has appeared. And it's very cool looking. A very cool photo right at the top of the story. 100 kilometers north of Fort Smith. Doesn't say which lake it is, but ice circles are an unusual natural phenomenon whereby circular slabs of ice begin to spin in the middle of lakes and rivers ordinarily sculpted by the force of nearby eddy currents. Fort Smith resident Carl Cox discovered the circle while examining satellite photos following reports of high water levels causing damage along the Tulston River. Cox was checking to see whether high water might be affecting a camp at Sioux Lake and some 100 kilometers north of Fort Smith. So there, it's on Sioux Lake. Pardon me, when he first noticed a grainy image of what appeared to be an ice circle. It's pretty cool.
I wouldn't have been surprised if it didn't really have a name, just because it's 100 kilometers away from Fort Smith.
Yeah.
It's a pretty tiny lake, as you can tell by the aerial pictures.
That's right.
So I wouldn't have been surprised. But yeah, Sioux Lake, there it is. And giant ice disc spinning
it looks
in the
so
middle.
Cool.
Which,
what's crazy is that there's open water around it.
And apparently, it may be a world record size.
Holy smokes. 200 meters across, apparently.
There was a story.
Yeah.
And we have it linked in the article. The BBC ran a story about a similar ice disc spinning in the middle of the Main River.
Left-wing propaganda machine, BBC?
That's right.
Oh, well.
January 16th, 2019.
Yeah.
There was a spinning ice disc in Maine.
Yes.
That, the Presumpscot River? That's probably not how that's pronounced.
Probably
or
not.
Or maybe I nailed it. Anyway. A giant ice disc spinning there that it just captured the minds and imaginations of the people.
And it was only 90 meters in diameter.
Only 90 meters.
This one apparently close to 200, Carl thinks. He's going to go out, try to get out there by snowmobile later in March. But I mean, what's fascinating about this is that there's open water in the middle of, minus 40 degrees where everything's frozen. There's open water around this spinning ice circle. Now, what do we think this means?
What I will say about this one in Maine, it looks way cooler.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to click on the link.
Check it out. It looks like the moon.
It looks like the moon.
It honestly, it looks like the moon spinning in the middle of a river.
Oh, wow. That does look pretty
right?
cool.
And it's perfectly round.
Yeah.
There's barely any jagged edges. It's
right in the middle of a town.
I could see why people were obsessed with this.
The middle of Westbrook, Maine. And that looks pretty cool.
But nevertheless, we all know
ours is more mysterious.
Ours is bigger.
That's right. And it's more mysterious, and it's in the middle of not Maine. Maine gets some decent winters, but not winters like our winter.
No.
So if there's open water somewhere around where we are, that's way more interesting.
Which begs the question. Do you think?
Do you think?
Do you think?
Do you think?
I mean,
could be. I forgot how long the intro of this is. Just get to the synth. There we go.
We haven't, floated the possibility out there.
There's a lot of. So there are a lot of reports, obviously, of UFOs and strange phenomena here in the Northwest Territories.
Did you just say YOFOs?
YOFOs, yeah, that's a lot of YOFOs. You only fly once. But there's a lot of undeveloped land here.
Yes.
And there's a lot. We know that there's a ton of minerals. We know that there's a ton of things that we could develop here.
Right.
But they're standing the ground for now. There's a lot of energy up here that could be attractive to otherworldly travelers. Maybe. Who knows? We don't know how they think.
We don't know what they used to build their
That's right.
crafts.
That's right. Maybe they use just granite rock.
Perhaps they've mined everything out of their home planet.
That's right. And they're here to mine ice from us. It's very cool.
It looks very cool. It's a good landing spot.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different energy here that could be very attractive.
Yeah.
Something.
Not a perfectly, rounded disc to
This is not the original music.
Oh, it's not?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Feels like it's about to go to the...
Hey. Ooh. Little alien EDM. Let that beat drop.
It's going to go into Sandstorm.
Maybe the beat's not going to drop.
I don't think so. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, this is the X-Files EDM.
Okay.
This is, it looks pretty incredible. And I mean, if you need a landing spot, you can pick worse spots, I suppose. But there's a lot of, strange phenomena that happen here north of 60.
So BBC
not just the Northern Lights.
Yeah. So BBC will be expecting your story anytime.
Absolutely,
now.
yeah. If you did that one on Maine, come do ours.
World record ice disc.
Yeah. Probably is.
No big deal.
Check out the story at cabinradio.ca. Ollie Williams has that for you. And as for the aliens, if they make contact, we'll let you know.
Can I just decide for a second to recite to you some of the comments on this X-Files YouTube video? They're fantastic.
Great.
They're just like scenarios for when this music might start.
Yeah.
For example, when you're alone and the toilet seat is already warm.
Ooh. Jeez.
When you're 5 years old and you realize mom is not your mom's name.
Okay. Or your teacher's name.
When you find on your phone a picture of yourself sleeping from last night, but you live alone.
Okay.
When you wake up 1 minute before your alarm clock.
That's literally every morning.
When you break up with someone online and hear your uncle crying upstairs.
Oh, jeez.
When you realize you've read over 100 comments. One more?
Yeah, sure.
When you hang out in your friend's basement, but you realize you have no friends.
I like that one. The truth is out there on cabinradio.ca.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast where we cut out all the great music and you're left with the rest.
Aurora Ford bringing you this Mornings at the Cabin program every morning, and we appreciate it. It's a breakfast show. You're probably having some breakfast right now. We want to talk about a little little breakfast cereal. Now, Electra, you brought this to my attention, and I've been enraged ever since.
You have.
Enraged.
This woke you up this morning.
It did. It really did. I don't like it. This is something that's been on your Facebook feed, will now be on my Facebook feed, but it's because I clicked on the damn thing.
Yeah.
It's called...
And commented.
And commented because, again,
you
enraged.
Yeah.
Magic Spoon cereal. I don't know if you guys have seen this in your news feed, but basically what Magic Spoon cereal is that they're trying to bring the real back to cereal. Basically what they're trying to do is like healthy versions of like your favorite childhood cereals, right? So they got fruity, frosted, cocoa, and peanut butter flavored cereals. They're grain-free, gluten-free. Like, it's a cool idea. Like a healthy alternative to sugar packed cereals, which we all know and love.
Right.
I just finished a box of Corn Pops this week, for goodness sake, and I couldn't be more happy about it.
Now you might ask yourself, why are Wheeler and Lecter giving a internet cereal company a free plug? Well, it's because we're about to tear them a new one.
That's right. And we also want some free cereal. Send us some. Actually, it wouldn't be free. And here's the thing. 4 boxes, $49 American. So that's like $57 Canadian plus shipping. So you're going to spend about $75 on 4 boxes of cereal. And like I'm all for eating a little bit more healthy, but that's ridiculous.
And they're like those bare minimum, like 375 gram boxes.
Yeah, they're small, 198 gram boxes.
Not even 375.
198 gram boxes. Like, it's the tiniest box.
Yeah.
The tiniest box ever. And, like, it's, you know, the website has testimonials from, like, Forbes magazine. So apparently these guys have, like, just a great business model, which is awesome. Good for them. But trying to be just healthier, again, which is fine. High protein, low carb, zero sugar, they're saying. Gluten-free, grain-free, natural flavors. Cool. Whatever. That's fine. I don't like the price. What I don't like even more is if you go to their Facebook page, the ad at the top of this Magic Spoon cereal is like a fake TikTok ad with 2 lame, attractive white people. And again, nothing against white folks, but good Lord, if this is how the rest of you are eating your cereal, please stop. So they're like dancing in the video, and then they're showing off the box of cereal, and then they pour the milk into the bowl first.
That is the most egregious error.
So gross
that we can just we simply can't
stop
look
doing
past.
That. No, I can't do it. And they've got these, and it's like they're like dancing, and it's like us on our way to eat our breakfast cereal.
Everything about this ad is annoying.
It's so annoying.
It's annoying how pretty they are.
Yeah.
It's annoying how...
They're not even that... Like, they're pretty, but it's like they're boring.
They're pretty attractive.
They're boring. They're boring people.
They are generic attractive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like if you put like, let's just have like a generic clone, like this would be them. And it's nothing against them. I'm sure they're nice people.
No, they're not.
I'm sure they're terrible people. So they sit down and they pour the milk into the bowl first, which is just egregious enough as it is. But they're like trying to show you they've got these huge bowls and these big cereals because they're trying to make it look like they're kids. So they pour the milk in first, and then they pour like literally a handful of cereal, a handful, because that's probably the serving. So you get your 11 grams of protein and your 3G net carbs and your 0 grams of sugar in one serving, right? And the serving's probably like a handful.
Yeah.
And it looks so damn stupid.
The guy's literally eating his bowl of cereal with like a soup ladle. Like
a soup ladle. Well, because they're trying to make it look like they're children, right? Because the whole thing is like, we're bringing you back to your childhood with these cereals that are healthy for you. It's like, let me tell you something. You're not bringing back anyone to their childhood with healthy cereal. You're not.
And you're also not bringing back anyone to their childhood by pouring the milk first.
Yeah, come on. Someone notes in the comment section, with Canadian tax, it's almost $14 a box. Hilariously overpriced. One of the comments, this is the whitest thing ever. I could not agree more.
I hate everything about this ad. Yeah. And what kills me is it's just come up repeatedly on my Facebook feed. And so I'm like, you know what? I got to put this on blast. I need to turn Jesse onto this because I need someone else to share in my hatred for this ad.
Yeah. And so all the comments under the ad, like, pour in the milk first. Who pours the milk first? What kind of monsters pour the milk first? Don't trust anyone who pours the milk first before the cereal. Yeah. Sorry, I want to try this, but you poured the milk first. I would have considered trying it, but you poured the milk first.
This is a reminder to just You got to, you have to absolutely think about these things. You got to think of what you're doing before you put these ads together, or this is all you get.
Well, I you know what they're going for? It's like, hey, let's make like a TikTok ad about it, and we'll make it like a faux TikTok. And it's just like, that's so lame.
And you know what?
It's so lame.
They might have got away with it had they not poured the milk first.
Summer Dave says, Jack says gross. This is boy says gross. What's next? Broccolios? Yeah, that's right, Jack.
Oh!
That's right. He's on it. He's on it.
Thanks, Jack.
They just look awful. Look awful. And I mean, natural colors? I don't know. Those Fruit Loops look pretty neon to me. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's our ranty break for the morning.
I needed you to share in that with me.
Like as soon as Magic Spoon, like I said, Magic Spoon. So, it's healthy cereal that's meant to be like kids cereal. Okay, that's cool. Click on the link, click on the video, and immediately was flown into a rage. Like, this is just the most hackneyed, ham-fisted kind of garbage that like try to get foisted onto people.
You know what else I noticed?
Mm.
The girl is wearing slippers. Fine.
Okay.
On their way to breakfast.
Yeah.
I can buy that. She's fully clothed.
Yeah.
I mean, you think you'd be wearing pajamas or something.
She's
but like dressed for a day sort of thing.
Well, she's dressed to relax. She's got like corduroy sweatpants on.
Yeah, but they're pretty styling.
I
actually really like those pants.
Yeah, the pants are nice.
Kind of jealous of those pants.
Yeah, let's order the pants.
But the guy's wearing sneakers.
It's America.
Get those
sneakers.
It's
America.
You're on your way to breakfast.
It's America.
You're ruining the illusion.
In the States, people wear shoes inside. It's the weirdest thing. Every sitcom, you see people just walking around their house in their shoes. It's one of the great things I loved about Kim's Convenience.
Yes.
Kim's Convenience, they would come into their apartment and they would take off their shoes. Because it's Canada. Also, we're not animals. America, take your shoes off before you come in. Put your gun down and take your shoes off before you come into the house.
And for the love of God, pour your cereal before
first.
The
That's
milk.
That's how you know how much milk you need. Oh.
All right, free plug over.
Free plug. Go to magicspooncereal.org. One case, 50 American dollars for just under 800 grams of cereal. That's the other thing. Like that's the other thing that gets so much mistrust gained with people is that like, why does this healthy food cost so damn much?
Yeah.
Right?
Mm.
Come on.
You gotta pay those beautiful actors, those annoying, beautiful
actors. Well, that's
actors.
the other thing that annoys me about this ad. Let's just do a TikTok thing and we won't really have to pay anybody. They don't talk in it. They show their face, but that's it. Like if you show your face, it's a different rate if you show your face and if you talk. If you show your face and talk, it's a whole nother thing.
Did you click that link?
I didn't click the link.
Okay.
I'm not clicking the
You
link.
probably haven't paid them then.
No, I haven't paid them.
Okay.
Good. Oy. Probably just people who work for Magic Spoon. We're just so proud of this product. We're just so happy to bring healthy alternatives to people. How much is it? It's $40 a box, but it's worth it because you're going to take that handful of cereal and make that box last 6 weeks.
Back to the drawing board, Magic Spoon.
Give me a large mixing bowl, a large spoon, and a half box of honeycombs and a half gallon of milk. I'm a happy camper.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
Mornings at the Cabin brought to you by Aurora Ford. Driving the North. Big story coming up yesterday. Vaccine available to all NWT adults by early April at the latest. Take that, children. You're not old enough for this medicine. Oh, baby. Never been happier to be older than 18. Not an adult, per se, but older than 18. No, I'm sure it'll become available to them at some point as well. That's right.
Did you just in your face?
Yeah, kids?
To the kids?
Yeah.
Wow.
Kids get everything nowadays. Remember when you had to work for stuff? You know what? If you're an adult that posts that stuff on Facebook, you know, where you show like a snowed-in driveway and you're like, this is like however much money. You used to have to work for things to get them. You're kind of a jerk. That's fine. Vaccine available to all NWT adults by early April at the latest. Great news. Obviously, some people are still getting their doses now. I've talked to some people. There's been some like mild reactions, as in like, and this is not to cause fear, just like from people that I've talked to who've gotten their shots, got the headache, sore arm, got a bit of the chills. But remember, that's your immune system reacting, which means your immune system is working.
Pretty normal stuff.
Pretty normal stuff.
Is this a statement of, I can't decide if this is like a
declaration of war?
Just how much things have changed, or maybe how far we've fallen, that not only are you in your facing kids, but you are in your facing kids over the fact that you are getting your vaccine first.
That's right. We're having a very adult conversation about vaccines.
Take that, kids. No needle for you. No, get in line.
Booyah. That's right. I'm going to go get my medicine. NWT expects to offer Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine to all remaining adult residents by late March or early April this year. Territory's chief public health officer said on Wednesday. The territory's target is to ensure 75% of eligible adults receive their first dose of the vaccine by the end of March, but full herd immunity is not anticipated until late April. That's right. There we go. We are on track, seemingly, to get everything done.
You know what's kind of strange, and I understand why it is this way, and like right from the start of when, you know, it became apparent and information started coming out about the vaccines and when the rollout would start happening.
Yes.
We knew pretty early on that the North was going to be a priority. The Fed said that, and it actually happened. That was kind of one of those interesting things that doesn't always happen that way. Mm-hmm. But it actually happened that way, and I am probably going to get vaccinated before either of my parents.
Yeah, that's kind of how it's going. I mean, we have vaccinated now over 30% of the population, which puts us, I believe we're in the lead for the country.
I would think,
comparatively speaking, I think
per capita,
I think Alberta's at like 5% or something like that. But so it's going to matter. It matters obviously to us. It's very important. We've got these isolated communities. We've got those communities to think about. So we're getting these things a little bit faster, seemingly, than everybody else. But even if we get to 100%, if we get to 100% and Alberta's at 15, then it still doesn't really open up a lot of options for us.
Yeah,
we might be able to travel a bit more, but.
Then we just go the reverse bubble type of model where you put a bubble over Alberta and everyone else is free to go.
And it's probably what we should be doing anyway, like a literal bubble over Alberta.
Yeah, like the Simpsons movie.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
If they want to keep developing the oil sands and all those things, they can just release all those gases into their own bubble. Right?
Surely they can turn that into some kind of energy efficient system. I don't know.
Oh my goodness. So this is very good news, though. I mean, we are on track to do this. I'm hoping that the people when we first started talking about the vaccine and when it was rolling out, that the people who were like, I'm never going to take it, have kind of reconsidered. Yeah. Because this is what it's going to take. These are going to be the new things. Like, you're going to need to be vaccinated in order to travel.
Yeah.
So if you want to go somewhere, you're going to need to do that.
I think one thing that's probably going to help a bit is that a lot of people now up here in the NWT will have known someone or currently know someone who has received the vaccine, at least the first shot.
Yes.
And so, of course, like when it was rolling out and like the first couple people were lining up and getting their shots, obviously, there was a bit of apprehension. There's uncertainty. Like, this is not exactly a normal procedure. A vaccine being developed this quickly.
Yes.
Which
is why so many people are afraid of it, because they don't.
Exactly.
Well, but they're afraid of it because people are afraid of what they don't understand.
Exactly. Yeah.
Vaccines are usually rolled out very a lot more time. This truncated schedule, because it's shut down the entire world economy for a while.
There's more long-term effect studies that are kind of done.
Absolutely. So they're afraid of what they don't understand. But that's the thing that drives me kind of nuts. It's like, there's no way this is safe. They haven't done, but like, you don't know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah.
Like, you may have done your own research, but you don't actually know what you're talking about. So to be afraid of it doesn't make a lot of sense.
I mean, it's kind of natural.
Of course.
Like you just said,
we fear what we don't understand.
We fear what we don't understand.
Yeah.
And when, that is taken into consideration, the fact that this has not been a very typical vaccine development process.
It should be exciting, though, that we're able to do that in such a short time. You've got the best in the world working on it with all kinds of money. There it is. We can release one within a year. If this had been something more serious and we released it in a year, people would be just praising it. But there's so much misinformation out there, and people are conditioned, I guess, to believe that their own research is better than the best scientists and medical professionals in the world.
Well, it definitely feeds into the whole the big pharma
The big pharma thing, narrative. Yeah, but I mean, it's also this individualism thing. Yeah. I'm going to control what I put in my body. I'm going to control what thoughts, what I read, what I take in for information, and I'm gonna be the synthesizer for that information. But what if your filters all out of whack?
Right.
You may not have the education necessary or the thinking necessary in order to disseminate all this information to yourself. So yeah, it's frustrating to see people who are like, I'll never take it. This is not safe. And it's like, but you don't know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. You don't have the information at hand. Yeah. You don't know what you're talking about. So it's frustrating. And I hope the hesitancy kind of doesn't linger and we can kind of get through this.
Yeah. And I mean, we can understand the hesitancy. You can understand the thinking of someone who's like, I'm just maybe going to hold off just to see how it goes. Mm-hmm. You know what? Understandable. But to be like, no, I am never taking the vaccine. Yeah. This is all a hoax. Like you're so out to lunch.
Well, just remember that your own research in most cases doesn't mean anything. Because you haven't, like, you may have looked up a few articles and read up on it, but your own research doesn't really mean it. Unless you've read the studies cover to cover and are able to process that information properly, then your own research doesn't really mean anything.
You know, it's peer-reviewed science's own fault for not making itself more available on the internet.
That's right. Wait. Yes, it is. Anyway. So we're hoping to have everybody vaccinated by the end of April. That's great, or at least available to everybody who wants to get it. I'll be getting it. And you know what? If I become a robot and enslaved by something, then whatever.
Yeah, this show will probably be better.
It'll take something off my plate. There we go. I don't want to make decisions for myself anyway. All right. That's going to do it for Mornings at the Cabin again this morning. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow as we look forward to the weekend. It's minus 36 out there right now. Wrap up warm. That wind chill, which does exist, is going to get it up to down to about minus 50. Oof. So hopefully you plugged in your vehicles. Plug them in if it's anywhere below minus 20 or 25. Just do it. It's fine. All right. Have yourselves a great day. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca and by following the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page.